Hi, my name is François Mellet, corporate pastry chef for Qzina Specialty Food, a division of the Chef Warehouse. Today we are going to make an apricot chocolate cake inspired by an Austrian classic, the Sacher Torte. The Sacher Torte was invented in Austria in 1832 by a young apprentice named Franz Sacher. The cake was made for the prince and very important guests, and it was such a success it remains today one of the most popular cake to eat in Vienna. The cake consists of a very dense chocolate cake with an apricot jam filling in the middle, and then the cake is iced with a chocolate glaze. Typically, we eat that cake with whipped cream on the side. Today we will be presenting the gold version of this recipe, which is from scratch. A silver version is also available, which consists of quality ease-of-use products, which most of them are ready to use. Both the gold and the silver versions are available at Qzina.com. The first step of the recipe is to make a meringue-based cake, the Sacher cake. We will use the following ingredients from Qzina and Chef Warehouse. Almond paste 66%, 66% means the content of almond, granulated sugar, egg yolks, whole eggs, melted butter, grain reserve 82%, pastry flour, and then finally Chocoa Dutch 2224 cocoa powder. Dutch is a process to reduce acidity, and 2224 means the cocoa butter content into the cocoa powder. For the Sacher cake, we will combine the following ingredients. We will microwave the almond paste and mix it with the granulated sugar number 1. You will add gradually the egg yolks, making sure it's nice and smooth. Add the whole eggs. Mix for 10 minutes at high speed. Then add the melted butter. Finally, combine the sifted pastry flour together with the cocoa powder into the batter. In a different mixer, make a French-style meringue. Combine the two batters and then bake the cake at 340 degrees for about 28 minutes. For the silver version of this recipe, use ABEL and SCHAFFER Complete Devil's Food Cake Mix. For the apricot jam, we will use the following ingredients: SICOLY apricot puree, Matisse pure vanilla paste from Madagascar, Matisse apple pectin, perfect for jams or glazes, combined with sugar. And then finally, we will add a little bit of COINTREAU GELIFIED alcohol into it to boost the flavor. To make the apricot jam, we will combine the SICOLY apricot puree with the Matisse pure vanilla paste. We will bring it to about 40 degrees C, which is 104 Fahrenheit. Then you will add the granulated sugar mixed together with the pectin into it. We will bring it to a boil and cook it for about 1 more minute on the stove. Remove from the stove, then add the COINTREAU GELIFIED alcohol and let the jam cool down. For the silver version of this component, use Matisse apricot jam. To ice the cake, we will make a chocolate glaze using the following ingredients: heavy cream, glucose syrup, and Chocoa 72% extra bitter. We will use the 72% because of the high fat content in it, which will make that glaze easier to apply. For the silver version of the ganache glaze, use Chocoa dark frozen chocolate coating. So once the Sacher cake is baked, you're going to slice it in half, and then we're going to do a nice layer of apricot jam. We're going to cover it, and we're going to keep this cake in the freezer until we build the chocolate mousse. We will make the apricot chocolate mousse with the following ingredients: SICOLY apricot puree, inverted sugar, milk, cream, egg yolks, Chocoa 72% extra bitter, produced in Belgium, Chocoa 35% LACTEE milk chocolate containing 45% of cocoa butter. Finally, some whipped cream. To make the apricot chocolate mousse, we will use a crème anglaise process. We will combine the SICOLY apricot puree with the inverted sugar, the milk and the cream, and bring it to a simmer. Once you reach a simmer, we pour it into the egg yolks and cook it to 85 degrees C or 185 Fahrenheit. Once you reach the temperature, we pour the batch into the two chocolate, making sure we melt the chocolate. We'll let it sit to come down to about 45 degrees C, about 115 Fahrenheit. Then we will fold the whipped cream into it. The mousse is now ready to be used. For a silver version of the chocolate mousse, you could use IRCA 2-step chocolate mousse. So now we have all the components ready to make the cake. We'll use a cake ring. We'll insert a cake band around the edge. It will be easier once frozen to remove the cake from it. We will pour into the ring the chocolate mousse. We will go about a little less than half. Using a rubber spatula, we're going to do the sides, making sure the mousse goes all over. And then we will insert the SCHAFFER cake with the nice layer of apricot jam in it. And we will push it all the way down. The mousse on the side is going to go up, and we'll bring it up to the level of the cake. And then we will freeze that cake. With the remaining of the mousse, we'll use a flexi pan. We'll fill up those flexi pans with it. And this will be used as a component of the decoration once we finish and glaze the cake. We'll freeze that as well and use a brown velvet on top to add more design to the cake. Now the cake is frozen, we're going to remove the cake circle. To go faster, we can use a torch. And now, remember we put the cake bun, we can remove the cake bun and ice the cake. For this we will use the chocolate glaze we've done. We brought it up to 45 degrees C, about 110, 115. And we're going to apply that glaze on top of the mousse while it's still frozen. Now we're going to be putting some of the Chocoa crispy pearls around the edge. We have all kinds of crispy pearl, dark chocolate, milk, white. We have some pink, some orange one, depending on the season. Now we'll display our cake on a plate. So now we're going to unmold the flexi pan with the remaining of the mousse. And while still frozen, it's very important, we're going to spray some crescendo brown velvet on top of it. Make sure you spray the can very well before using it. And we will display this on top of the cake, in the middle of it, to bring more height and upgrade the look of the cake. Now we're going to apply the final decoration on the cake. We will use some of the silver flakes, eatable, some white Chocoa crispy pearls. Then we will use some chocolate decoration made out of PCB transfer sheet. Now the cake is done. It's ready to be served. Enjoy it. Thank you for watching. For the complete recipe, go to Qzina.com. For additional information, please contact your local Qzina or Chef Warehouse sales representative. Until next time, thank you very much.